mean to come from Sacramento? I talk to so many guys in this area, and it seems like there's always just a sense of pride to be able to come from the city.
Well, you know, it is. It's you know, it's an area like any area I've ever been in, and you know, a lot of the guys and I were just talking about it was the competition that you faced at early ages, and it's so competitive. There's such a family atmosphere here, but a lot of times with family, you know, you have intense battles. You know, anybody who's got brothers and sisters knows exactly what I'm talking about. But this is the way it was with our friends. Once we got done playing our sporting activities, whether it's basketball, football, or baseball, we're heading to the sandlot. We didn't have cell phones back then. It wasn't the social media stuff. No internet. We'd get done practicing at Cordova, and we'd go over to the baseball field and keep playing, or turn the lights on in the tennis courts and play. Same thing for football, playing in the sandlot. You know, the upperclassmen against the lowerclassmen. Nothing better than beating upperclassmen when you're a sophomore at Cordova. And back then, it was a 3-year high school because we had made the Air Force Base open. And then the other sports that you'd get acclimated with. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. It was a great experience. It gets you ready for the next level, whatever level that may be, whether you're going from middle school to high school to a JUCO or a D1, D2, D3. I mean, all of those things, it's a stepping stone, it's a domino, but they're all going in the right direction.
When you think about, to be here part of this class, and you look at just some of the names that are part of the Sac Sports Hall of Fame, it's one thing to be proud where you hail from, but then to see these names and some of these people that come from Sacramento, just what makes this such a hotbed for talent?
You know, I can't tell you that. I don't know why the families moved here, but I think the one thing that we have in common is, number one, the area. You got the mountains, you got the bay, and then you got the Folsom area, which is absolutely incredible. You know, southern Sacramento. I mean, I've got friends out in Elk Grove and Stockton. I've got family up in Red Bluff and in Yuba City. I've got family in the Bay Area, and I got family in Nevada. And you get the best of everything here. And I think it's a destination. I know my mom had cancer, and I grew up in Rochester, Minnesota. I was born in Carmichael, but the reason we moved back there was because of the Mayo Clinic. Mayo Clinic saved my mom's life. Many times she was written off, and she's been gone now for about 10 years. But my dad, when we moved back here, ran a recruiting trip. He asked everybody when he was working for the government downtown, you know, what's the best place to live? What's the up and coming place? And everybody said the same thing. Lou, if you're gonna go somewhere, you got to go to Rancho. But you're in the right town in Sacramento. You can't go wrong. Rancho Cordova is an up-and-comer. You know, they got the Air Force Base. It seemed like every year we'd have 30 or 40 Air Force guys coming in, male and female. So every year our teams changed, and we're getting players from Florida and Texas, you know, hotbeds for all sports. I think that's what was so special about Rancho, but I think that was so special about Sacramento in general because of Mather and McClellan Air Force Base. Those were the big influences in this area. I think that was the draw, looking back at it.
I grew up right by Mather, too.
Yeah.
So, to know what you did on the baseball field and then to also know what you did as a coach, is it kind of hard to know which one you're more proud of? I mean, you're so held in such a high regard as a coach.
You know, I just love baseball. I love being on the field. I love being a teacher. I think that inspires people. It inspired me. I'm just trying to kind of pass that baton on to people that I had. Guy Anderson, can't thank him enough. Jerry Weinstein at Sac City, I can't thank him enough. You know, but those guys were teachers, and they inspired me. They inspired my teammates. And when you got players on a team or people in an area that believe, that's a powerful thing. And I'll tell you, there's nothing better than being at Cordova High School, literally in any sport, wearing that uniform and walking in. We turned people's heads. Everybody wanted to know what was going on at Cordova because we dominated in every sport. You know, back in the late 70s, early 80s, there wasn't a lot of sports that we didn't do very well in, male or female.
What keeps you occupied these days?
Well, I'm still going to be involved in baseball in some capacity. I've got some interviews lined up. I'm going to pick the right spot. I'm going to be patient about it. This is my first summer that I might have off in 35 years, and my wife's probably going to be kicking me out of the house. But I'll be somewhere. I love baseball too much. You know, I personally, I would be so honored and lucky to be a part of the San Francisco Giants. It's something that my grandparents wanted. It's something that my mom and dad wanted. Hopefully it happens.